Good evening and welcome to Good News and Interviews with Forrest Tree Lee. I want to thank last week's guest, Casey Moore of Brantley High School. She's the principal of Brantley High School in her new role. And also would like to thank John Kennedy. He's the principal owner of the venue of the Kennedy, which is located in downtown Brundage, along with his wife. She's one of the owners along with their son, Jack. And we'll talk about the Kennedy here in just a few minutes later. Next week, I have Ashley Lewis. He's a young man who owns AKL used cars between Troy and Banks, located at the intersection of US 29 and Alabama Highway 223. So Ashley will be on next week on our show. Tonight we have some special guests. Jim Bordeaux, the owner of Bordeaux's Vintage Sauces. We'll also have Dee Allen, Abby K. Terry, and Kathy Stockstill, who did very well in the Pike County's Distinguished Young Women's program that was held on Troy University about a week ago. We want to thank our sponsors, Troy Baker Trust Company, of course. They have 14 locations. I'd like to thank Troy Paint and Body, Derek and Don Broadway, Chimney Hot Sauces. You can go to www.chimneysauce.com. They are located in the Lake Martin area. Also, Pike County Farmers Co-op, located in Goshen and Troy. The Alabama Army National Guard. Go see Sergeant Walker or Staff Sergeant Hoft on George Wallace Drive if you're interested in joining the Alabama Army National Guard. Of course, Jason Gregory and Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Troy, Alabama. I want to thank them. And Golden Boy, located on the Henderson Highway. Pond Stalker 2, Mr. Jim Mullis and Jet Trotter. Campbell's Produce, located on US 231 south of Troy. Go see them for all your produce needs. They have fresh produce. They're shelling peas left and right. They have corn, all kind of great vegetables there. Go see Diane or Mr. Buck. Kelly's Tires, Rex and Miss Nell. They're located on Love Street. Also want to thank Southern Grill and Patio. They're located on 600 North 3 Knott Street in the same building as Town and Country Flooring. I want to thank the Hartleys, Chase and Daniel and Scott and Miss Lana for being a sponsor. The Old Barn Restaurant, located in Goshen, Alabama. Go see Amy Chandler. Their number is 484-3200. Some of the best food in America. Wallace Pump and Supply. The Wallace Brothers, located on US 231 South. That's Chip and Cott. I want to thank Sheer Qualls of Douglas Brothers, Joe Watson of Bird Drugs and all the Deli Girls, Whaley Pecans, Mr. Bob and Miss Mary. I saw them today. Abby Lee Photography. That's my daughter. Go see, check on her at abbyleephotography.co, and you can get your information there. Send your information to her in that by those means. Lenny Trawick is located on the square in Troy, in downtown Troy. He's in the Flat Tops and Fiddles building with Mr. Donald Brown, and he gives lessons, guitar lessons here in Troy, Alabama, usually Monday through Wednesday. And I think Kat Deal, who was on the show about a month ago, she also gives lessons. Home Gallery, David and Sherry Helms, located on Love Street, the Brundage Country Club for all your golfing needs. They're open Tuesday through Sunday. Sticky Frogs, if you need any kind of signs, T-shirts, stickers, go see Jennifer at Sticky Frogs. They're located in the same area as the Half Shell restaurant in that little plaza area. And let's see, I've got another page somewhere. Oh, here we go. I want to thank Bryant Smith of State Farm, Piggly Wiggly, Steve and Jennifer Garrett. They have 2 locations, one on 3 Knott Street and one on US 231 South. Also, we have big thanks to the Chicken Shack of Luverne, Alabama. Billy Ann and Kevin Flowers, Flowers Realty, I'd like to thank them as well. Signature Hair Designs, go see Shirley and Casey for all your signature hair design needs. And of course, Jackson Hardware, Brian McDaniels, located on Main Street And we have a new sponsor with us. It's the Pizza Palace located on Main Street in Brundage, Alabama. I want to thank Mrs. Patel for their sponsorship. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with Mr. Jim Bordeaux of Bordeaux Vintage Sauces. He'll be with us in just a few minutes, and we're going to take a short break.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Attention! Attention! PremierTroy.com. We want your trade. We'll buy your car. Whether you purchase a vehicle from us or not, pre-owned car values are at an all-time high. Trade your car for cash or a newer vehicle. It's your choice. Premier wants your car. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody!
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Are you ready?
Starting August 20th. Where should you go to find the best deals on a vehicle? Anywhere, anytime? PremierTroy.com. Shop our huge selection. PremierTroy.com. Pick your next vehicle. Pick your payment. Yes. Shop, save, and buy. PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Brundage Building Supply and Paint Center at Jackson Hardware. 120 years and counting of real customer service with a smile and a heartfelt thank you for visiting with us. PPE, lumber, paint, building supply and roofing, guns, ammunition, American-made items, and oh, by the way, hardware.
Welcome back to our show, Good News and Interviews with Forrest Lee. Our special guest now is Mr. Jim Bordeaux of Bordeaux Vintage Sauces. Thank you, Mr. Jim, for coming.
Oh, appreciate it.
And just let the audience know your hometown is?
Hometown is Wetumpka, Alabama.
Wetumpka, and you went to high school, college, and some of your career, military career. You'll share that with us?
Well, yeah, I'd be glad to. Graduated in '68. Went to Alabama Christian Academy. Of course, it wasn't an academy back in those days. Went in the Air Force. Spent 24 years in the Air Force. Went to University of Hawaii while I was stationed in Hawaii, and as well as graduated from Troy. Go Trojans!
There we go. And now you're the infancy of Bordeaux sauces, if you will. Tell us about
how it came about.
How it came about.
That was real simple. My grandfather, on my mother's side, technically, was the executive chef at a restaurant in Montgomery called the Pickwick Cafe that opened in 1900 by Mr. Rodolfi from Corsica. Stayed open to 1949. And my grandfather was the chef there from approximately, of course, it's hard to follow it exactly because everybody's deceased now, but from about 1935, 1936 time frame up until 1949, when the kids who had bought the business in 1933 decided by 49 it was just a bit too much work for him.
Yes, sir. What was his name, Mr. Jim?
My grandfather?
Yes, sir.
His name was Rufus White, my mother's dad.
Okay. And so it started He worked at Pickwick.
Yeah, he became the executive chef at the Pickwick Cafe,
Okay.
which the local Montgomery folks, if they were still around, because that's a lot of years ago, would remember the Pickwick Cafe because there were very few places to eat back in those days, and actually the governor would go down and eat lunch there.
Okay. The governor or governors.
Whoever it was. It was a
Okay.
50-year run.
Well,
That's
good.
obviously a long run for a restaurant.
Okay. That was in downtown Montgomery.
That's correct.
Okay.
On Commerce Street.
Commerce Street. All right. Now you have different spices and sauces, and now you create. What's the unique thing about your sauces and your spices?
Well, that's the best question because that's where the secret really lies. The reality is the three red sauces, the Vintage Revenge steak sauce, the Old Southern Barbecue, and the Simply Creole were in fact the base sauce used at the Pickwick that my grandfather actually came up with.
Okay.
And of course, he wasn't in the bottle business by any means. He just simply was the chef. But I have eaten these sauces since I could just about eat table food. And that's a long time. And I was in another industry for years and years and years, and I actually bottled it and put the sauces, one of the sauces, in a mason jar.
Okay. A mason jar.
A mason jar.
Okay. I got you.
And
Was
and
that
I
a
would
quart
offer that as an inducement for them to do business with me, because I was in the wholesale paper industry back then.
Okay. Well, let's pick up each sauce and kind of talk about each one, if we will. We got.
Sure.
This is the
Vintage Revenge steak sauce,
Okay.
December 2010,
Okay.
was
Okay.
voted in Knoxville, Tennessee, voted best steak sauce in America.
All right, there you go.
Now, how we got to that, we lined 20 people up. 18 of the 20 said best steak sauce they ever ate.
That's pretty good. That's what, 90%?
Pretty close.
90%?
Yeah. So
Okay.
and the interesting thing about the sauces, the red sauces, is they have no high fructose corn syrup, no monosodium glutamate, no liquid smoke, no fat, no cholesterol, low sodium, low sugar.
And that's the key.
Well, yeah, it's key.
I mean-
If you're on a low sodium diet, rather than eat one of the more popular steak sauces out there with 290 milligrams of sodium, you might want to check this one out because it's only 169.
And no corn syrup.
No, corn syrups,
Okay.
if you do a little research with your smartphones, you'll find out corn syrup is really very deleterious to your health.
In other words, bad.
Well,
Deleterious.
there's a
That's a new word I've learned.
Well,
Deleterious. Is that
yeah,
Did I pronounce that right?
deleterious.
Bad, not good.
There's a Pulitzer Prize award-winning reporter called Michael Moss has a book called Salt, Sugar, and Fat, and it's How the Food Giants Hooked Us. It's about $11 at Amazon. And if you're interested in your health and want to know how they do what they do, which probably is not in your best interest, I'd get that book. It would be very interesting to read. You will be highly enlightened about the key tricks to the food industry.
That's Michael Moss, salt, sugar, fat. How the food giants hooked us. Okay.
It's a very interesting book. And since I have a background in preventive health through vitamins, minerals, and enzyme therapies, anything you can put in your mouth that does not have chemicals in it, you just might be extending your life a little bit, or at least enhancing the quality of life anyhow.
Yes. Let's pick up the next bottle there,
Okay.
Mr. Jim.
That
was the Vintage
steak sauce.
Revenge.
We've got the Old Southern Barbecue. You got to have a little sweet sometime, but we do not sweeten anything with high fructose corn syrup. Very unique, real good on chicken, chicken on the grill, as well as maybe a pulled pork sandwich. Just pouring a little on a pulled pork sandwich, and you'll find it very interesting. If you look at the ingredients, you only see 3 lines of ingredients. The fewer the lines, the purer the product. And thirdly is Simply Creole. We take the base of the barbecue sauce here and bring in about 45 different spices from New Orleans. It's not a hot sauce. After 11 years in this business, I found out that most Alabamians, bless our heart, because sometimes we miss the point. Creole is wide and deep in flavor. Cajun is hot. This is not Cajun.
Okay.
Does it have a itty bit of bite? Just a little bit, but not much.
Not too much.
And then
Air on tea.
I was in the Air Force
I had to
for
say
24 years, and lived in Hawaii. That's where I went to school with the University of Hawaii, for part of my degree. And living in Hawaii, pineapple is extremely popular, and they put pineapple on, I think, even eggs in Hawaii. Sweet Island sauce is a recipe I picked up while stationed in Hawaii.
Okay.
It's got fresh pineapple, 3 gourmet mustards, molasses, apple, and a touch of horseradish. It is a sweet product, but it has no high fructose corn syrup, so it's good for dipping. You can dip chicken strips, chicken nuggets, egg rolls, spring rolls, shrimp. Or you can glaze with it. You can. My sister-in-law called me the other day. She put some chicken breast in the oven. They were almost done. She pulled them out, put this all over it, put it back in there for another 20, 30 minutes, and she said that's the best chicken she ever ate.
Well, I am about to starve to death. I tell you what, that sounds so good. So you have 4 main...
Four sauces.
4 sauces. Well, what about our spices that we have here?
Well, the spices are unique in that I have them made by the Amish in Pennsylvania.
Yes, sir.
And the reason is because most seasonings in America, and particularly those made here in Alabama and Georgia down south, have an immense amount of salt. And to prove that out, because salt's inexpensive, that's how the seasoning people would make their money, is the more salt's in there, the more money they can make.
Yes, sir.
But because we're all sensitive to salt and sugar. We can get excited about either one of those. But guess what? If you take a bright white napkin and lay it out on the kitchen counter and take the seasoning that you probably purchased from your local supermarket, grocery store, Walmart, Winn-Dixie, etc., and you'll sprinkle it on the little white napkin, you'll see 35 to 45, maybe 60% of the product disappear. Someone said, how could that happen? That's real simple. Bright white salt gets lost on bright white napkin.
Too much salt.
That's right. That's right.
Well, what are your types of spices, rubs?
Well,
spices
I've
rubs?
got private reserve steak seasoning,
Okay.
which is I can only tell you it's so fresh because I buy it directly from the distributor and have it put right into bottles. It was not sent all over the United States. There's massive distribution centers for all kinds of food. But the fact of the matter is it can stay in a warehouse a couple of years. It just depends on what's going on and how fast it moves all over the United States. The longer something stays in that warehouse, the less flavorful it's going to be.
Yes, sir.
It's just real simple, you know. So I buy my seasonings about every 6 to 8 weeks, made fresh at the plant, get it bottled, and then we take it directly to the consumer. And speaking of the consumer, we're really lucky here because in Troy, we just signed up a new distributor here. It's going to carry the product. That's going to be the, where'd my note go?
Okay.
Don't want to say it wrong. Southern Grill and Patio. One of your sponsors is 600 North 3 Notch in Troy.
Yes, sir. The Hartleys.
Scott Hartley. I'm going to tell you, he said, I've never tasted anything like this. He said, I need to get this on the shelf. So if you get to thinking you're going to cook tomorrow, you might want to stop by Southern Grill and Patio and pick you up a bottle or two and find out how good this really is.
Right, that's on 600 North 3 Notch Street, the same building where Town and Country Flooring's located. They have a nice array of grills. Buy you a new grill, get you some Bordeaux sauces. They come in a box of 4 or 2.
Well, they're going to start out with singles.
Singles,
And
okay.
then later on for the holidays, I think they're looking at taking our gift box and making unique Christmas gifts for everybody.
Yes, sir. They'll also have your rubs and all your spices?
The rubs we haven't we just got the rubs in recently. We
Okay.
had to switch co-packers to pack it.
Okay.
So we this was the first time I've actually had the rubs to bring to Troy. But I got a feeling that Scott, when he tries those, he's probably going to want those too. But in the meantime, the sauces we just started out with is going to be his main offering right now.
Okay. And besides the private reserve steak spice, what other, you have four more?
Yeah, we got smoky molasses.
Okay.
We've got one I call Southern Surprise that has honey crystals and smoked mesquite salt. And now let me tell you what's cool about that is you can mix it with a little, you get, put some butter, real butter in a cup, put it in the microwave, melt it.
Okay.
And you take the Southern Surprise with the honey crystals and smoked mesquite salt. It's got 2 or 3 other little things, but that's the base. Sprinkle it in there, stir it up, taste it with the butter, till you kind of like the taste. You might want to put a little squeeze of lime or lemon juice. Not too much, just a little bit. And then you can glaze some salmon or some shrimp on the Barbie. Or leave the lemon out, put it on your popcorn.
I'm speechless.
I'm just telling you.
I may have to go buy Publix for it.
I mean, it's just good. It's unique and it's different. Then we've also got smoky molasses, which I like to mix with the Southern Surprise. And then I've got the honey habanero. Okay. And there is, in fact, in the population base, some people just like things hot. Yes. Well, it's hot, but it's sweet and hot.
Sweet and hot.
Okay. And then we got applewood chipotle.
Applewood chipotle.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, hey, Nate, if you will, run through those pictures that we have, if you will. And I love your eagle and flag on your gift box. And there's a picture of the box of sauces. And go ahead and show us the next photo, if you will, Nate. That's what you see here. That's another gift box.
Correct.
And let's see what there's.
Oh, that's my Hawaiian luau ribs.
Okay.
That's using the Sweet Island sauce.
Yes, sir.
Coupled with Del Monte makes a pineapple. The Del Monte label is all black except for the logo. And I was reading the logo. I was reading the back of it again this morning in my home because I keep that. They're saying that it's a special pineapple. No, it's a specially harvested pineapple. They allow the pineapple to actually mature on the plant. The pineapples we get in the stores that are still green,
yes, sir.
They're sour, they're bitter. Unless the pineapple, I lived in Hawaii for 3 years, that's why I know. Unless the pineapple is about this yellow, at least 35% from the bottom up, it's never going to be sweet because it never matured on the plant.
Okay. Did not know.
And those ribs, I use that pineapple, crushed pineapple, and this sauce to garnish those ribs.
Yes, sir.
And I promise you, I wish you and I had some after a little later on because I'm hungry.
Hey, what have we got another photo or two there, Nate? That's steaks. Is that beef?
No, that's some. I think it's some pork chops.
Pork chops.
I believe it's pork chops.
Okay.
I love those pork chops. Those pork chops are we marinated the pork chops with. Actually took the pork chops and put a little olive oil on them, top and bottom, put them back in the fridge overnight with the private reserve steak seasoning. The pork chops that you're seeing right there taste 85 to 90% like a steak. And believe me,
I wish I had some of those.
if I was in New York City, I could sell 2 of those for $79.95 plus your sides.
Yes, sir.
That's in New York. Of course, I'm not in New York.
New York. There we go. Well, there's the spices and rubs.
Yeah.
It's a 5-pack there, I believe. And
in fact, that shit went out today to Hoover, I think it was.
Okay. All right, Mr. Jim, how do we get in? How can people order online? Isn't there a way to order online?
Yeah, they can order online, and you may want it shipped somewhere. Like a gift or something. You just go to www.berdosauces.com.
Yeah. That's BERDEAUX.
Bordeaux, just South
Sauces.
Alabama French.
Okay.
BerdosSauces.com.
Yeah, for all our Crenshaw County fans over there. He's got roots in Crenshaw County as well.
The big roots.
Big roots.
Yeah.
And well, let's do this, Mr. Jim. Let's have Miss Jennifer Cartier and Miss Donna Hicks. It is Jennifer, right? I wrote it down correct. Jennifer Hicks. They're going to be some of our tasters, and I'm going to do a blind test. And so, welcome to the set. And of course, this is Mr. Jim Bordeaux. I'm Forrest Lee, and this is y'all. Come on up behind the counter, and I'll slide down just a little bit and help prepare our.
There you go. Yeah.
taste
Why don't y'all
test
come
food.
over here? That'd be
Okay.
perfect because I'm right-handed anyhow.
This is Miss Jennifer, and this is Miss Donna. Okay.
All right. Good deal.
Welcome to the show.
Well, like the man said, unless you got the tools, you can't do much. So we better have some spoons.
Okay.
Good deal.
All right.
All righty.
So what I like to do is find out if someone's ever eaten a steak sauce like 57 or A1. And I believe in previous conversations we here at the studio, you said you both were familiar with A1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good deal. Everybody, I'll start over here. That way. Smell. Ooh.
Oh, wow. It smells like flavor.
No, that's your.
Steak sauce. Vintage Revenge 1945 steak sauce. Ooh.
Okay, we ready?
Hold on. This is the fun part of what I do is watching people smile.
Wow.
Okay.
Chemical free, guys. Chemical free.
All right, ready?
It's got a lot of flavor.
Wow.
Because
I may eat this spoon.
the good sauces are stacked with flavors. The spectrum of flavors correspond to the whole palate, not just to the tongue.
That's amazing.
You know, the most popular steak sauce in America, or the one they sell the most of, only tickles the end of your tongue. And that's the part of the tongue, or the palate, that actually is wore out. That's why the sodium content's 290 milligrams of sodium to my 169.
That's wonderful.
I don't need another spoon. This one's clean.
The fun part about this is it's not about what I say, it's about what you experience on your palate. So
That's good.
so this is a very popular product, and just for a Forrest person, this is a brand new bottle, and you guys can see. Oh, it's okay, because I'm going to save you.
Okay.
I know how to save you. Let's compare.
Okay.
I'm okay with the other one.
Come on. All right, that's good.
Hold on, wait till everybody gets theirs.
Okay.
Because the last group I did, they fell out. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Because since it's a sodium content and the vinegar content, in fact, the reality is this: it has so much sodium in it and vinegar.
I can't
Okay.
smell it like I smelled that other one. That
Now
other
take it
one
like a
has
dose of
better
medicine.
The other
Take it
one
like a
has
dose of medicine.
I'm sorry, it's got a lot of vinegar in it. It's
Oh.
bitter.
Yeah,
I
that's.
never realized
oh,
how nasty that
I'm-
stuff was.
you don't realize it until you. It's a comparison issue. If you don't compare your food, then you don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna tissue. I'm not eating the rest of this.
Okay, here you go. It's clean. It's clean to wipe that.
Yuck. Yeah, give it to Forrest.
I go to A rather than B, or 1 rather
Yes,
than 2.
that was definitely an A.
Okay.
So now, what we want to do is, you notice your palate is dying. If we had time, about 28 seconds later, your taste buds will kind of just fall off the mountain almost. All right. So let's find out if natural. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of 4 sentences. That's all. And there's not a word there you don't understand. I don't believe.
All English, isn't that wonderful?
English, yeah.
Don't even have to
English.
press one.
Don't have to press. That's kind of funny. Don't have to press 1.
Well, isn't that what they always say? Press one finger.
This is the Creole sauce.
Yes,
Now, this is a good sauce. I put this on my ribs. I love to cook my ribs with this sauce.
Wow. You can just smell the flavor, can't you?
What's
You
the
know
name?
what's
Everybody
smell?
loves Raymond. What's the name? Ready?
Ready?
That's good, but number one's still the winner.
Well, that always makes the first impression, but that goes on beef and this goes on pork.
Okay.
That's very good.
Make some good ribs.
That's very good.
Or pork chops. I love pork chops because
I
they're.
don't
Now,
know, I
what-
think
what-
Sweet Island may be the pork issue. That probably.
Oh, it does a lot of
has to
things.
support.
It does a lot of things.
There's
It
so
does.
much difference in your stuff than the other one. I mean, you can just, that other one was so
It's like it hits everything
salty
in there.
and it was so icky.
It's really rich.
Well, the
You can taste all the different flavors,
There's
all the
something,
spices.
something
a food chemist makes about $150,000 a year minimum average. So he's got to justify his job so that they keep him on. So he's got to take the food out of the food. He's got to take chemicals out of the food, excuse me, and put chemicals in which are cheaper than food. And that's why you get such a
They need to fire him.
such a messed up. I mean, it's a comparison. It's not about what I say; it's what you experience.
I smell
This
good.
is going to be a little sweeter.
You can smell them. You can tell they're fresh.
Are you
You can
ready?
smell
Oh,
'em.
yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, that one.
good, too.
That,
Well,
that
thank
one
you,
may
thank you,
be-
thank you.
Ooh.
So you haven't tasted this one. You haven't tasted this one.
That was
No,
real
You
good.
would use this one on
Oh, this barbecue. You put it on anything.
plain barbecue.
Pork,
On
chicken.
scrambled eggs.
You know, you know. And of course,
Wouldn't that be good on some eggs?
Oh, I
That was
smoked
good.
that
I
chicken
can-
legs
I
on
can
the
it.
next
Pour
one,
that on it?
the next one is a lot of fun. But why I talk about it, since we have vinegar on our palate, we don't. Vinegar and sweet will clash on the palate. It's like orange. My grandmother used to give me pancakes in the morning with syrup, and then give me orange juice to drink. And I'm like, this don't match.
Ooh, no.
So if you eat a pretzel, the
Okay.
pretzel has salt, and guess what? The salt will purge the taste buds and neutralize the acid of the vinegar.
That was a pretty good pretzel.
Yeah, it's called UTZ.
UT's
Butter.
Okay.
They just came on the market with that. At least I've just noticed it recently,
We have that.
and I
brand-
survey
those
the
brands
market
around
pretty
here.
often.
UTZ.
You notice how the salt's killing the vinegar? Now let me tell you about Sweet Island. It's unique. It's not, as far as I can tell, there's no one in the country with this. Since I lived in Hawaii, hopefully I brought something here that nobody else knows about. Fresh pineapple, 3 gourmet mustards, molasses, apple, and a touch of horseradish. Horseradish is very minor though. It's a sweet product. Yes, it does look like honey mustard, but honey mustard has 2 ingredients. I got 7. Therefore, I must trump them
Okay.
to be politically correct. Think about dipping chicken strips, chicken nuggets, egg rolls, or shrimp. You could always put a little extra horseradish in it if you wanted. If you wanted
You
to
can
cut, if
smell
you wanted to cut the sweet back.
Smell the horseradish.
All right, here we go.
Ah,
That's pretty good.
That's real good.
That's pretty good.
Oh, little.
you know what that would be really good on?
That's,
Publix has, they make their homemade sausages. They have a habanero mango
Ooh,
sausage
okay, that'd be good.
and cooked on the pellet grill.
With that,
With this,
yeah.
cook it on that Daniel
I
Boone pellet
still
grill.
think that would be
that,
wonderful.
Daniel Boone.
Daniel
For the
Daniel
chicken.
Boone pellet grill. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that Southern Grill and
Where can you
Patio,
buy
they
those?
got all the
Southern Grill
grills.
patio.
Southern Grill and Patio.
Southern Grill and
Southern
Patio. I
Grill.
mean, you know,
And some sauce to go with it.
and great sauce. Oh, let me give you a barbecue tip that's real important. Most people don't understand. Real barbecue only comes from caramelization. There are products out there, don't want to name anything, but there's a product out there that's really inexpensive. And it's inexpensive because it has 5 sweeteners in it.
Yes.
It always burns. I haven't found anybody to tell me that it actually caramelizes. So you can only get caramelization from natural sugars, not chemicals.
Well, Mr. Jim, I want to thank you for coming to Troy, Alabama, and being on
Yes.
Troy Cable Channel 2. You can go to Bordeaux Sauces. Is it BordeauxSauces.com?
It's Bordeaux. It's Bordeaux.
Bordeaux?
The company is Bordeaux's, apostrophe S. Bordeaux's Vintage Sauces.
Okay.
But on the web, it's BordeauxSauces.com.
Okay.
And you can run Bordeaux and sauces together because it's Bordeaux's long name anyhow.
Yes. And I want to thank Miss Jennifer and Miss Donna for being our tasters. And
Anytime.
if you want to, you can go to town, you can go to Town and Country, and I'm speechless, but Town and Country on North 39th Street at Southern Grill and Patio.
Yep.
And you can get these sauces.
Yep.
See Scott Hartley and the staff there. And we'll be back in just a few minutes with our next guest, which will be Dee Allen, Abby K. Terry, and Kathy Stockstill. Thank you, Mr. Jim, and we'll look forward to.
Great
Thank you
song.
very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I've
And
enjoyed
I
it.
got a gift for you. Hang on. Of course, United States of America, was a veteran of the Air Force.
24 years worth?
And I want to give you a bag of raw peanuts from, you can get them at the Goshen Farmers Co-op and the Pike Farmers Co-op.
Oh,
And
cool.
they're a wonderful sponsor. Want
My
to give
wife,
you a bag of those?
we both love peanuts, but
And hold on, and I've got
she will put
one
those
for
in
the
fryer.
ladies.
Oh my goodness.
I hope you like peanuts.
Oh, sure.
Well, thank y'all.
Sure.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with our next guest.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Attention! Attention! PremierTroy.com. We want your trade. We'll buy your car. Whether you purchase a vehicle from us or not, pre-owned car values are at an all-time high. Trade your car for cash or a newer vehicle. It's your choice. Premier wants your car. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody!
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Are you ready?
Starting August 20th. Where should you go to find the best deals on a vehicle? Anywhere, anytime? PremierTroy.com. Shop our huge selection. PremierTroy.com. Pick your next vehicle. Pick your payment. Yes. Shop, save, and buy. PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Brundage Building Supply and Paint Center at Jackson Hardware. 120 years and counting of real customer service with a smile and a heartfelt thank you for visiting with us. PPE, lumber, paint, building supply and roofing, guns, ammunition, American-made items, and oh, by the way, hardware.
Welcome back to Good News and Interviews with Forrest Tree Lee. I've got some special guests on the show now. We have Kathy Stockstill on the end. This is Miss Abby K. Terry and Miss Dee Allen. Is that correct?
Yes.
What is your real name?
My full name is Deanna K. Allen.
Okay.
But you go by D. Yeah.
And these young ladies participated in the Distinguished Young Women's Program at Troy University about a week or two ago. And second runner-up, first runner-up, and congratulations on the winner, or what would you say, the recipient, maybe the recipient of the title for 2021. And last year's recipient was Miss Garrett. What's her first name? Addie Garrett. So y'all are all, let's start with Kathy. Well, I tell you what, let's hold on just for a second. I've got a wonderful sponsor, Whaley Pecans. And I have a gift, just put them on the end. This is a gift for all of y'all.
Thank you.
And Kathy, you know, you've been on the show before.
Yes, sir.
And you did a couple of songs, correct?
Yes, sir.
And I think we should give Dee and Abby Kay the opportunity to sing.
Oh.
Well, the reason I say that, because we have a birthday girl on the set. And I'm going to let you open that.
How'd you know?
I saw it on Facebook, I think. Go ahead and open it up. And that's from Whaley Pecans as well.
Aw.
And what is it? A gourmet?
Yes. Ooh, that looks good.
What is it? A gourmet?
It's a gourmet fruit cake.
A gourmet fruit cake. So at this time, Abby K and Dee and I will sing her the happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Kathy. Happy birthday to you.
Thank y'all.
You're welcome.
We didn't sing for talent.
Yeah, we were dancers.
Well, happy birthday. And you're 18, 19?
17.
17. You'll be a 17-year-old senior. And are you hit 18 yet?
17. I'll be 18 in March.
17. When's your birthday?
May. I got a
So
later birthday.
we'll have to let y'all come back on. We'll sing a song for y'all. But let's start with Kathy real quick. Let's see if I can find my questions for Kathy. And your parents, and let's talk about some of your relatives across the water. So who are your parents?
Scott and Shaw Stockstill.
Okay. And you got any friends across the water you'd like to say hello to? Will they be watching tonight?
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know if they
Your
get
fam-
Troy Cable in China.
Well, they can pick it up on Facebook, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you can find us on Facebook. Search capital TC2 and type in Good News and Interviews. You'll find this. You can watch it live right now or on Channel 2. And you can go back and watch the show. All right, Kathy, you were the second runner-up.
Yes, sir.
And you attend,
Pike Liberal Arts.
we all attend Pike Liberal Arts High School.
Yes, sir.
And now what are some of the activities that you're involved in, Kathy?
I am the president of our SGA
Okay.
and president of the 21 Social Service Club. I love SGA. We're planning on doing a lot this year, so I'm really excited about that. We're trying to get more student involvement.
Okay. Now, besides, you've already mentioned, what are your plans for college and what do you plan on majoring in?
I plan to go to the University of Alabama.
Roll Tide.
And yes, Roll Tide. And I plan to major in biology on the pre-medical track.
I know y'all are excited about this upcoming school year. Now, Abby Kay, who are your parents? Now, you don't have any siblings, do you, Kathy?
No, sir.
Abby Kay, who are your parents? And if you have any siblings, let's name them.
Well, my dad is Jason Terry and my mom is Brooke Terry. And I have a little sister named Lexi.
What grade is she in?
She's going into 8th grade.
8th grade.
I had to think on it.
Well, good. All right, and what are some of your activities at Pike Liberal Arts?
I'm the president of the Excel Club, and I'm vice president for our 21 Social Club. I'm also a cheerleader, and that takes up a lot of time.
You're a national champion, I believe.
Yes.
You said, what was that other club you were president of? The
Excel Club.
What is the Excel Club?
It's a way to give back to your community, and we have a first responders breakfast and veterans breakfast, and it's just a great way to give back.
Well, I'm looking forward to the veterans. You know, I'll be at Pike Liberal Arts this fall. I'll be teaching from like 10 to 3, and I'm looking forward to that. But what university and what are some of your goals? You plan on attending?
I plan to attend Auburn University.
Auburn, War Eagle. I can say
and
it.
major in communication disorders to become a speech pathologist.
Great. I have a sister-in-law who does that, and that's a wonderful. I'd say a wonderful gift or a wonderful thing to give to someone who is in need a little bit. And that's a very commendable career path. And all right, Ms. D, congratulations on being the recipient of the Distinguished Young Women's Program. And your parents are?
My dad is Wes Allen, and then my mom is Kay Allen.
Okay, and you got a
I have
older
a brother, yes. He is going to be a sophomore at Shelton State.
And he's a little bit of a baseball
Yes,
player
he plays
too.
baseball.
Well, good. and you attend Pike Liberal Arts as well. What are some of the activities that you're involved in, Dee?
I'm treasurer of SGA, cheer, captain this year. That's right. Captain of the cheer team this
She
year.
just kicked her.
Yeah.
I saw it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Cheer takes up a lot of my time, so.
Well, yeah, let's talk a little bit about cheer. Who are your sponsors, if you will, for cheerleading? Who are the sponsors that y'all have had since, I guess, junior high or middle school? I guess y'all have been doing it for quite a while.
Yes, sir. We have three main coaches who are Katie Scott, Hannah Hickson, Jordan, and I almost called her by maiden name.
She'll always be Hannah Hickson too.
Yeah. And Brittany Royal. And then we have a choreographer. His name is Jeremy Shaw.
Okay. And, y'all, not only do y'all work at Pike Liberal Arts, do y'all attend some other venue to work on your gymnastics and tumbling, or where's that?
We go to Extreme Athletics for gymnastics.
Good. Y'all do that once a week or twice a week? Well, Kathy, who is the sponsor for the SGA at Pike Liberal Arts?
It's Miss Tracy Gray and Gina Langford.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if I know Miss Langford, but I know Miss Gray. Wonderful.
She's awesome.
You know, let me give you some advice for teachers. When I was in college, I took Virginia Watson, and I was a physical education major. And throughout the course of my career at Troy University, they said, make sure that you treat the secretary and the office staff 100%, the custodial staff, and the lunchroom staff. If you have those three sets on your side, piece of cake. And I have found that to be true. And the headmaster at Pike Liberal Arts, I'll let you answer that question. And we have a new assistant headmaster.
Eric Burkett is our principal, and Miss Gina Langford's the new vice principal.
Okay. When you say I have met her, okay, so
She's
good.
super sweet.
Did I ask you where you were going to college yet? I'm just kind of skipping. Now, where do you plan on going?
Well, as of right now, I plan on going to the University of Alabama for interior design. Because I have a creative eye, and I've always loved interior design.
Well, great. Well, great. Let's see. Let's go to some of these. Well, let's talk about the Distinguished Young Women's Program. How can we get more involvement, you think, at each high school here? Is it limited to just the girls in Pike County or anybody that has roots? So Goshen, Pike County High School, Goshen, Pike Liberal Arts, Charles Citizen, Covenant Christian, any girl that is a junior can be part of that program. And what's the program based upon? I mean, what are some things that the criteria that they evaluate each girl on?
Scholarship, scholastic, fitness, interview, self-expression, and talent.
Okay. Now, I'll let you answer this question. Who are some of the ladies of the program that help develop the program that are behind the scenes that you normally don't know? Like Michelle. Between the three of you, Michelle Armstrong.
Yes, ma'am. Michelle Armstrong, she's fabulous. Ivy Jones.
Okay.
Tracy Huner. Don't let me leave anybody out.
Okay.
Miss Kim Head. There's a bunch of people, and Hannah Huner and Sydney Armstrong also help choreograph.
All right. Let's talk about do y'all have like a junior or like a
little sister?
Little sister. All right. Who was your little sister and what's her name?
My little sister was Emma Carr, and she goes to Pike Web.
Okay. You want to elaborate anything else about her? You can go ahead. You can tell on her if you want to.
No, she's amazing. She was so helpful to me throughout the entire process.
Now, is she a sophomore? Oh.
She is an upcoming junior.
So so then she will have an opportunity to be involved next year. All right, Abby Kay.
My little sister was Sarah Brand Garrett. We had a lot of fun throughout the weekend. She was very helpful backstage. Nobody saw it, but we couldn't get my number on my dress. So she was very helpful to hurry and pin it on. So it's a great way to have them back there to help.
And she is a upcoming junior.
Yes,
who are her parents?
Brad and Erica Garrett.
Okay, Brad and Erica Garrett. Is she kin to the...
Addie Garrett's her sister.
Oh, yeah.
I was Addie's little sister.
Well, great.
Well,
great. And now, okay, Dee?
Kate Gardner was my little sister. Her parents are Carrie Lee and Scott Gardner.
Okay, I know Scott. Is his daddy Phyllis or Larry?
I'm
Anyway,
not sure.
I think I know Scott. I do know Scott, and so But my question earlier was how can we encourage young ladies to be a part of next year's program? I mean, what are some things that they can be doing now to get ready for that, or encourage? I want y'all to say what are the benefits of the program is what I'm trying to get to. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I learned public speaking skills, leadership skills is very beneficial. The whole program.
It's a great way to get out of your comfort zone and try something. I mean, I can say for myself that I was very hesitant about doing it because of the on-stage question. That was my main thing. And I worked hard at that, and it really benefited me for future things in the future.
Well, you get to know other girls.
Yes,
Go ahead,
that was so much fun. The experience in general was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to know everybody and working with them throughout the whole week was so much fun.
Well, we're here to recruit for next year. It's about being involved, and it gets you out of your comfort zone, and it lets you work on some of the things that will benefit you later in life. And, some of the ladies that you mentioned that are some of the program developers, and there's been some in the past, it's wonderful that Pike County has a program for young ladies because it gives you an opportunity to for scholarship opportunities and those kind of things. So now, Dee, what is the next step for you, and when will that be?
Well, the first
with the DYW.
Yes, sir. The first paperwork, like the big forms and everything, is due August 14th. So, kind of came at me fast.
Yeah. Okay, and then the pageant. When's the program? Will that be held in what part of Alabama?
It'll be in Montgomery.
In Montgomery, and that's the week. When is that?
January. I want to say it's the 15th.
Okay.
I could be wrong though.
Okay. Now, when you go to Montgomery, so there'll be probably 60 plus young ladies up there across the state, because we have how many counties? 67. Okay. Anyway, so I don't know if we'll have 67 participants, but I bet you that's going to be so exciting to meet the young ladies from all over Alabama. Now, will you be at someone's home for a few days?
Yes.
Do you already know who that is?
Not right now. I don't. I'll have a host family though.
Okay, good. And then, that's coming up in January. And then I think the recipient of that, Miss Alabama, DYW, then it's Mobile.
It is.
And what time of year will that normally be?
I'm really not sure. I'll have to check on
It'll
that.
probably be April, May, or sometime in that. Sure. Okay. Have y'all been to any other programs, DYW programs, other than, have you went to go watch other ones in other cities?
I hadn't. Crenshaw's was this past weekend.
Yeah,
okay.
past weekend.
Do we know who won that one? Not won it. Who was the recipient? Winning is not a good term for that. But it's about scholastics. It's about interviews. It's about presence. It's about fitness. And but I'm so tickled that y'all were able to come on the show. Let's see if I got a couple more questions here. What's happening on August the 20th?
Football game.
And who are we playing?
Escambia.
Okay, Coach Hugh Fountain used to coach at Charles Henderson. He's the head coach, and I used to teach with Miss Susan and taught all three kids, HT, Troy, and Hannah. And Hannah has a beautiful baby, and HT just got married recently. And so Escambia's coming to town. I think kickoff's going to be on the 7th. And we all have a pet rally?
We will. We're playing on it right now.
We were talking about it yesterday.
All right, who will be singing the national anthem? Is that live?
Oh, yes. That would be me.
And it'll be a cappella?
Yes. Live from the press box.
A cappella. I love it. Oh, anyway, that is fantastic. The thing that I'm impressed about, after Hey, Nate, if you could show those pictures that we have somewhere. The thing that I'm impressed about with you three and with Pike Liberal Arts is student involvement. There's Abby Kate Terry. There she is. And that's a beautiful picture. There's Kathy Stockstill. Is that your name spelled right, Kathy?
Yes, sir. Catherine.
Okay, good. That's a unique way of spelling it. I've never seen it spelled that way.
I get that a lot.
And there's Miss D. Allen. And so, run through those again for us, Nathan. And if you want to get in touch with any of these girls, call 1-800-SHOTGUNS. And I'm just kidding. But I'm so excited for y'all in your senior year. And we got just a couple more minutes left. And can y'all read that sign right there where it says good news and interviews?
Yes, sir.
I've got a question for you.
Okay.
It's in that cup right here. This Douglas Brothers cup, they're a sponsor, but it's 3 questions.
I know.
Okay.
Giving me flashbacks.
And then, and I'm going to let you, don't share your question with anybody, but when you read the question, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then y'all give your answer in unison. And it may be 3 different answers, but that's okay. But, anyway, we're going to do that now. Don't be scared. And so just take one and pass the cup down. This is the Douglas Brothers Sheer Claws mug that they gave me. They're a wonderful sponsor. All right, don't share. All right, now fold it back up after you read it. Fold it back up after you read it. And we may come up with 3 different answers. On the count of 3, I want you to name your favorite local TV show. 1, 2, 3.
Good news and interviews.
Forrest Lee.
That is a good answer. And I don't know how I come up with this, but I was going to give y'all a gift. And then when I usually get up early in the morning and do some research for the Mike Amos show today in L.A. I help him a little bit. I said, it's Kathy Stockstill's birthday.
Aww.
I said, we got to have a cake. But before that, I'm thinking, I'm going to tease these 2 about singing because you have sung on the show. And then this birthday thing come up. I said, yes, they will sing. They don't know they will. So, and then the cake was there when I went by Wayla Pecans, and it just
That
came
just worked
together.
out perfect.
Yeah, it did. And I want to thank you. And, you know, if Pike Liberal Arts ever decides to change their mascot, I think it should be peacocks, because they are proud as a peacock, like NBC. You know, it's like, whoa. But, I mean, I love Patriots. And
We are proud to be a Patriot.
we're good. And I know we got a couple more minutes, so we're going to keep going on. What is your favorite subject in school?
Ooh, science.
English. Art. I know it's not a main subject.
I
but
loved art. I loved going to school, and but art is one of my favorites. I had some great English teachers and good science teachers, but I enjoyed physical education myself. And, but I loved going to school. I'd get off the bus, and here we go. And Lenny Trawick, there's Lenny Trawick in Forrest. That was a long time ago. There's Brian Smith, one of our sponsors, and. But again, thank y'all for coming, and we've got another minute. And let's see. Favorite thing about Pike Liberal Arts?
Ooh, you feel like family there.
Yeah,
Everybody
I'll
feels like
say
family.
that too. It really is a family
All right,
atmosphere.
okay, real quick question. Name a couple of teachers that have been very influential while you've been there.
Okay, Miss Allen and Coach Allen, for sure.
Jean and Amy. Jean
They're
and
awesome.
I were in each other's weddings
Aww.
back in 1990. We were both physical education majors at Troy, went to the University of South Alabama, got our master's. So I am a big fan of Jean
Miss
and
Allen
Amy.
was DYW junior miss at her time.
That's right,
So,
okay. What about you?
Oh goodness, I would say honestly them two, and Coach Rowland. Coach Rowland he was
Okay.
a great history teacher.
And he just
I loved
retired?
him. He is.
Okay. Got about 30 seconds.
Okay, I would have to say my chemistry teacher, Miss Jordan. She's very personal.
Miss Alyssa?
Yes.
I taught with her at the middle school.
Miss
Okay.
Waldrop's very good too. She's our physical
I
science
met her
teacher. I
husband
love
today
her.
in Brundage at Pizza Palace.
Ah.
I sure did. Her husband. I sure
They're
did.
good people.
And both their sons are bankers, I understand. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on Good News and Interviews. Next week, we have Ashley Lewis, who is the owner of AKL Used Cars, located on 29 and 223 between Troy and Banks.